Hello and welcome everybody. So what is going on? So this is Midfield TV, and I decided to make a video on this just because I've seen a lot of people discuss that. When I say a lot of people, I mean like basically just one person that I said, you know what, let me take that idea and make my own video on that. And that is the top 5 most important Bayern players of the season. Obviously right now we're still in pre-season. You could say the season officially starts, you know, this weekend. But I always consider the season to officially start once the Bundesliga starts, and that is still a week or two away. So this is basically like my prediction for the 5 most important Bayern players based on last season and based on what I think we're gonna need this season. Now these are not in no particular order. So if I say someone is number 1 or someone is number 5, that doesn't mean that they're less or more important than anyone else. Also, before I start, I've seen a lot of you guys comment saying that I should do my own fantasy league, my own fantasy team, or all that kind of good stuff. And the official Bundesliga website, they kind of do their own thing right now. You know, would have their own fantasy league, the official one basically. And you guys can obviously check that out yourself, sign up there, whatever. But I was thinking of doing my own, so I'm gonna look for on the internet, look for you know, rooms and whatnot that you can create. And then I'll do my fantasy league, and once I have that set up and everything, I'll make a separate video on this, you know, where you guys then can like sign up and whatnot. And once that is the case, because then if I do my own room, you know, my own thing where you guys can join and whatnot, then it's basically going to be a competition between you guys and me with obviously my superior knowledge and everything. And obviously I'm going to win, of course. But if in some rare fantasy you guys can actually outsmart me, you guys will have more points or whatever by the end of the season. If that is in some shape, way or form possible, then there will be prizes. There will be prizes for the top 3 position. I'm thinking like the top position. I'll give you like a shirt or whatever, a Bayern shirt of your choice and whatnot, and second place and third place something else. But we'll get to that once I've actually set it up and once I've actually decided what the prizes are going to be. And I'm probably going to do this like till the winter break. So you don't have to actually wait a whole season to beat me. If you can actually beat me in terms of points, you can just basically try and beat me by winter, and then basically it resets, or however that works. And I'll have to actually check it out properly and evaluate how it works, evaluate how the system works, and then give you guys an updated video where you guys can then sign up and register and whatnot and see if your team can beat my team. But this video isn't titled "This is the fantasy, this is the world, this is what we're gonna do." No, this video is titled "The top 5 most important Bayern players of this season." The top 5 players of the season that I think are going to be the most important one. Now, like I said, I'm going to do this in a position from the back to the front. Now, in the back, I think it's pretty obvious who our most important player is as a goalkeeper. That is Manuel Neuer. Now, if Neuer were to be injured, we'd have Ulreich and Starke, and ultimately, I don't think they're going to be that. You don't really want to rely on them to in a Champions League match or in a very important Bundesliga deciding match. You know, you don't really want to have them to as a keeper. You want there to be Neuer. You want the best keeper in the world to be in the back of the net, and you know you want him to be there. So for me, Neuer, pretty obvious. Now moving a little bit forward, but next up we have Boateng. Yeah, I know people say, well, we have Hummels, but the thing with Hummels is that we haven't actually seen him. We haven't actually seen how he plays for us right now. We have seen how he plays for Dortmund, but we haven't actually seen how he plays for us. And I would still put Boateng over Dortmund Hummels. I can't say that I will put Boateng over Bayern Hummels because we haven't really seen him yet. But I do think there's going to be like a period where he's going to have to adjust, and in that period, Boateng is going to be most important. He did some jogging yesterday, and looks to be back. He looks to be able to come back. Not this weekend, but he looks to be able to come back for like the first Bundesliga match. So that's going to be quite interesting. But yeah, for me, Boateng is very key. Now next up, I have Alaba, and the reason why I have Alaba here is because Bernat hasn't really produced much lately. He's been pretty bad. You know, basically the way he has been last season for the most part, and it's just a little bit of a shame because of his very first season. He was actually really good. But obviously the last 2 seasons haven't been really working for him, and so just for now, until Bernat can find his form again, just for now I put Alaba as a very important player, because if Alaba gets injured, then Bernat has to play, and he hasn't really proved his worth lately. Whereas on the right back position, if Lam gets injured, you can always put Rafinha there, and Rafinha has been very good. You know, very underrated, I think, from my opinion. I think Rafinha, he does the job, he does everything excellent, but people will not, give him the credit he deserves because, well, he's not Lam. It's just the way it is, if you have Lam there, your captain there, the best fullback in the world on that position, then it doesn't matter how good you are, you'll always pale in comparison. So that's, in my opinion, that's the problem with Rafinha, but I still think Rafinha can do an excellent job, in my opinion. So that's what I think. That's why I put Alaba there. So the top, like I said, no particular order, but the three that I've mentioned so far are Neuer, Boateng, and Alaba. Now next up, and this has been the reason why I actually made this video. Next up, Alonso. Now Alonso, why did I put Alonso there? Alonso, shouldn't I put Vidal there? Shouldn't I put Thiago there? Renato Sanchez, maybe even Kimmich? Javi? No, for me, Alonso. Honestly, he's like a one true pivot that we have. He's a one true he's a one true pivot that we have, and ultimately, are you gonna rely on Kimmich in that very important match? No. Vidal, he can do the job, but you're gonna limit his strengths, which is going forward and going backwards. The same thing with Renato Sanchez. His strength is going forwards and going backwards. So you're kind of limiting right there if you put him in that kind of role. I haven't seen Renato Sanchez in that kind of role, but obviously Vidal last season against Juventus, he did play that role in the away match. But I would still put Alonso there because I think that he's very underrated. He does his job very good. He does his job very efficient. The only thing is that once he does a mistake, those get highlighted. But once he plays good, you don't really notice him because he's supposed to keep the team together, not excel them. If that makes sense, he's supposed to keep the team at a steady balance, have them play good, and that's his job. And so every time we play good, you should kind of attribute that to him because he's doing a fantastic job. You wouldn't notice that. You don't notice his quality. You notice his faults, and that's the problem with his position. So for me, Alonso, he is one of our most important players, and until we actually get a replacement for him, I don't know if Dos is going to be able. He's not really, he's a centre midfielder, and same goes for Thiago, although he has been playing a lot deeper under Ancelotti so far. Until we can actually find a proper replacement for him, or if somebody has a really breakout season in that kind of position, like Kimmich for example, he can play that position. Then once all those things align, then we have then his importance will be less. But right now he is very, very important. Now the last player on this list, I think it's pretty obvious, and that's Lewandowski. Now, of all attacking positions, Lewandowski is the most important because he is our one true striker. Now, Ancelotti, I think it was Build and Sport Build. I've been saying that we were going to play a 4-4-2. Ancelotti, he likes his 4-4. He likes his 4-4-2 and his 4-4-3. So I can obviously see us playing both. I've kind of mentioned that like 2 weeks ago or something, and that was pretty obvious to me. But still, we only have one true striker. Müller, yeah, he can do the job. Green, I don't know. I wouldn't trust him in a Champions League match. I'd have to actually see how he develops this season because he is obviously in the squad. But if he develops steadily and if he develops good, I'll be like, okay, you know what? Maybe we can try that. Maybe like him as a third striker / second striker, maybe that can work. Ribery, he's been playing as like a second striker lately as well, before he got injured under Ancelotti, and that kind of worked really well. He's been playing centrally. But would I trust him in like a very high profile match? No. Lewandowski is the only striker that we have that I would trust in a high profile match. Müller, I put him in the striker role, but not as a sole striker. Not as a sole striker. I don't want all the attention to be on him because then he can't find space. I want someone else to have all the attention and Müller to be able to find space, and that's what he's good at. So for me, Lewandowski is very, very key. Now, if you look at the wingers and everything, we have 4 wingers. Then we essentially, we can also play midfielders there. So we have the kind of depth that you need for those kind of positions. I think. I know a lot of people will disagree with me. A lot of people say we need to get another winger or 2. I think we're pretty good, But Lewandowski, in my opinion, is the most important attacking position. He's got the most important attacking position, and he's our most important attacker. And that's just my thoughts. These are my top 5. Tell me who your top 5 are. I know I think most people will agree with my top 3. Like I said, in no order, but I think most people can agree with my top 3 that I mentioned: Neuer, Boateng, and Alaba. Maybe people won't agree with me with Alonso, and maybe people won't agree with me with Lewandowski, but that's just my thoughts. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section down below. I always read every single comment. I don't always have the time to respond to every single comment because most of the time it's just like, hey, first, I'm first, and I'm like, okay, do you want a medal? do you want a medal? Do you want a medal? Like, honestly, do you want a medal? Yes, no, yes, okay, cool. You're not gonna get one. But I read every single comment. I don't have time to respond to every single comment. Although I do have a lot of time, to be fair, but I just don't want to respond to every single comment. But that's just the way it is. Unless a comment is directly aimed at me, you know. But I like addressing the comments in obviously the video, the whole thing, the fantasy league. I've read that. I'm thinking about that. As I mentioned. But tell me who your top 5 are. As always, you can rate, comment, and subscribe. This was Midfield TV. Peace out and have a nice day.